Live and alert on the north side of the dirt. It is your man D-Real coming at you with another Be Real with D-Real, where edutainment explains it. Country music and black women. I mean, a lot of y'all didn't even know those two things even went together until Beyonce here just charted, and that other fella, the country singer, Luke, I got his name in the article, charted with Tracy Chapman's song Fast Car. So they've been in it, but they haven't been in it. I'm gonna hit y'all with a few articles, and then we're gonna talk about the impact or the lack thereof of black women in country music. But before we do that, we're going to do what we have to do so we can do what we want to do. Comment, like, subscribe, and share the Be Real with D-Real page so that when new material comes out, you get it. If you're digging what the brother Sheldon put some dirt in my bucket, comment, like, subscribe, and share, because edutainment is what I do. Like this right here. See, of BBC News 2 days ago, as you can see, by Ikra Farouk. Okay, cool. Black female country singers. We're tolerated, not celebrated. Gee, I wonder why. There go Miss B, the divine Miss B, who been doing her thing. Let me make her face smaller because it's too big. All right, she been doing her thing. What's she been doing, if y'all been under a rock or if y'all even care? Last week, Beyonce made history on the U.S. country charts, becoming the first Black woman to score a #1 single with her latest hit latest single, Texas Hold'em. The release is the first taste of an entire country album, a follow-up to the house music-focused Renaissance, which Beyonce has referred to as Act Two. But while she's blazing trails in a genre where Black artists have traditionally struggled to gain recognition, there are a handful of Black women who've walked that path before her. Rissy Palmer from Missouri is one of them. She broke a 20-year wait for a Black woman to appear on the country charts with her 2007 single Country Girl. Before her, it was Donna Mason in 1987. On the left is Donna Mason. On the right, Rissy Palmer. This was in 2020 when we talked about this. See all the things that slip under the radar when you're too busy paying attention to other foolish stuff. You know, these kinds of things continue to happen. Inexcusable 20-year gap. Now, when Rissy Palmer's debut single 2007's Country Girl reached as high as number 54. So she charted, but it's like 54. So good Lord. Anyway, number 54 on Billboard's Hot Country Songs chart, it brought to light a maddening statistic. Palmer was the first African-American woman to chart a song since Donna Mason teamed, not by herself, teamed with Danny Davis of Nashville Brass fame for a 1987 cover of Green Eyes, Crying Those Blue Tears. Verification. To be perfectly clear, we're not talking about 20 years in between top 10 hits or some other lofty achievement neither woman got positioned to reach. No country artist on the charts during a span which included the entire 90s boom and the early aughts rise of pop-friendly country was a Black woman. I'm going to let that sink in. That is Rissy Palmer. And she ain't the only one. But look here. Enter Holly G from Virginia. She's the founder of Black Opry, an organization dedicated to creating connections between Black artists in country and Americana. For somebody who loves country music so much to go so long and not see yourself in it, I just got to a point where I got frustrated, she says. I kind of had a decision to make. I could either stop listening to it or try to figure out a way to make it better. And I decided to stick around and see what we could do. I think the way that Beyonce is being celebrated should be the rule for all of the Black women that are trying to work in this space. They're being more tolerated recently than they have been in the past, but they're still not being celebrated. Why? Black women have deep roots in country music and are among the originators of the genre. The banjo is, after all, an instrument with African origins, cousin to the current West African instrument, the akonting. Black people are said to have brought their banjos and the knowledge of how to make them with them during the Middle Passage. The first string band performers were enslaved people. And this music was appropriated to form blackface minstrelsy, the United States' first successful commercial music. A major country music guitar and banjo picking style originated in the Piedmont region's blues, exemplified by virtuoso Black woman musicians Elizabeth Cotton and Etta Baker. Some of the erasure of this history of origins can be explained by the ways that from the 1920s on in the record industry, recorded music was segregated into hillbilly records, which was eventually called country and western, or just country music, and was marked specifically to white audiences, while race music, including blues, was marketed as Black music. But both performers and fans crossed these racial lines despite the rules and despite the idea that this segregation was natural and grounded in the body. In this way, country music, like other American music genres, have reflected the informal but sometimes deadly laws of Jim Crow. The segregation of country music continues today, upheld by many of the ways that country music is sold, marketed, distributed, and written about, with very few exceptions. And to the right is a picture of Elizabeth Cotton, one of the progenitors of modern country music that didn't get a lot of airplay here in the good old US of A. So how can a music form that is so obviously rooted in pain, is rooted in sadness, is rooted in passion, cannot be equated to a people who have dealt with that by and large? There are Caucasian people in jazz music, and we don't hate. I like Richard Elliott. I like Candy Dulfer. I like Mindy Abair. I like Warren Hill. I like Huge Group. So I'm not hating, but they just said blues. If that article is blues has its roots and was attached to us, African American people. But when white people appropriate it or want to take part in it, I'm not kicking up dust. I'm not hating. And we know damn well it's a lot of white people that are in R&B music. Hell, there's a whole category called blue-eyed soul. That ain't nothing but white people who can bobble. You see what I'm saying? So to limit country music, and I ain't just gonna say Black women. Shoot, Charlie Pride. That's the only Black country music artist I know of. I mean, that for a very long time, when you talked about country music and you talked about black people in this country, it wasn't a big old thing. And then you got people like Elvis Presley who crossed over and nobody said nothing. Elvis Presley practically stole what his whole steez was from Chuck Berry and many other African American artists. But nobody said, the hell, Elvis even did gospel music, flip-flopping in all kinds of genres. So when Beyonce comes over here, not only does country music, which should be her right to do, arguably, everybody wants to get up in arms about it. And there's been black women doing country music for years that have basically been ignored. You know what I mean? Do I need to show you that, or are we just gonna be? You know what? I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you. Okay, this is recent. Black History Month. 10 black women impacting the country music genre. Boom, Mickey Guyton. Boom, Rissy Palmer, who we just talked about. Boom, Miko Parks. Boom, Brittany Spencer. Boom, Raina Roberts, who was born in Alaska, by the way. Amethyst Kaya. Sasha. Camille Parker. Okay. Now we hear a lot of stuff about Eminem in hip hop music, and folks, are saying, "Oh, he's the greatest rapper ever." Be happy, y'all. Just be happy. Don't hate. Be happy. Music is for everyone. We can share it. There are black opera singers. There are black classical music players. There are black country music artists. The pain and the grief comes from us. The sadness comes from us. That's what makes that genre so great. It ain't just got to be about your pickup crashing or your girlfriend leaving you or your dog dying. There's deeper pain than that, y'all. So put some respect not only on black people, but specifically on black women. Celebrate them. Don't tolerate them. Facts. Okay? We could go into this. I'm not a huge country music listener, but I can be compelled to listen to certain songs. There are a few country music songs that I like. Quite a few, actually, now that I think about it. Just let us in the dance. That's all we saying. We'll tear it up. We already know we're going to tear it up. Just let us in the dance. That's all we talk about. Nothing more, nothing less. Look here, y'all. That's my time. I'm out of here. But fret not. I'll be coming at you with another one of them other ones. And until I do, y'all be good. Be good to each other.